we go. There we go.
Yes,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for part two with
yes,
our conversation with Devin Alexander, the great, their three-time world champion boxer. This guy has a lot of good information. We had such a great part one. We were all into it. And then
yes,
they had a system
yes.
overload. That's not us. That's them. And that's how, it is what it is. But I want to, we were talking about the CTE and the fear of that. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Go ahead. What were you saying in particular about the CTE?
So we was talking about the gatekeepers, how they're not susceptible to change. They they,
Mm,
they don't like change, and you're gonna have to get with the change. A lot of parents, and I think what this league is doing, and at least trying to do, is cater to the parents' fear. The
yes.
parents' fear of their kids getting brain damage.
Right.
Understand, granted, you know, this boxing would teach so many, and kickboxing or whatever combat sport would teach these young men and young ladies discipline, how to cope with anger, how to do a lot of things they would need growing up. But with the CTE, with this program, that eliminates that because
Almost. Right.
it's not going full contact
Right.
and you're able to dial it back. I think the most flawed thing we do in boxing is we push people too fast. They
Mm.
don't know the fundamentals. They kind of like a couple of the fighters they used to say Roy don't got good fundamentals, because he was so gifted he
Right.
didn't have to learn how to
Right.
step
Right.
or
Roy Jones.
throw.
Right.
Yeah, and he didn't have to know how to throw a jab properly or turn when you throw the right hand. So that's important. This league will really hone it down and hone it back to let them know about the fundamentals, what boxing is
Wow.
truly about. And I am such an advocate for fundamentals,
Wow.
learning the fundamentals. And that's why I think it's so important. It's much more, and I tell my parents this: boxing is so much more than just trying to get knockouts.
Yeah.
Boxing is so much more than just the hidden part. It's so much more that you can learn. And when people understand that, they will see just how much boxing will benefit them or the average person.
Oh my God! I mean, it's like what you're saying is just so accurate. It's not even funny. And this is the whole thing. Devon is trying to convince all of the boxing world. I tried to present this to USA Boxing, right? And they tried to shut me down. I'm like,
What?
what? Oh yeah. They tried
What?
to shut me down. They sent cease and desist orders, the cease and desist orders to commissioners and stuff like that. They're still trying and all that. But I have attorneys too. I mean, then whatever they want to fight, that's our time we fight. But we're still growing, right? So clearly, when we're having these events with hundreds of boxers, we won't have quite hundreds tomorrow, but hundreds of boxers are coming out, regardless of their affiliation with USA Boxing and all that. And because USA Boxing was actually threatening these people and all of that, and I said, hey, you can't do that. So they got a little bit on the hot seat about that. You can't do that. These guys are coming out sparring. It doesn't even count on their record as a real
Yes.
fight. It's just sparring, right? We're sparring or
Wow.
seeing, getting different looks and all that. It looks like to me they would be the first ones to jump on this program, right? Because it's going to have fighters better prepared for full contact and make the chances even greater for us winning gold medals in the Olympics. That would
Yeah.
make sense. Now, listen, they might create their own thing or whatever. They don't have to join with us. That's fine. But we are so far light years ahead of everybody else on this idea. Other people are starting to do it and things like that. And it is what it is. But with us, I know that we have a nice structured program. We have our VP of Operations, Mr. Rafael Mendoza over there doing like 50, 60 events a year, and stuff like that. And with everybody else coming on with Mike Stegall and what he's going to be doing tomorrow, other promoters are coming on board and starting to understand But what I want to tap into, like we have like James Bonecrusher Smith, of course, you know who that is, who's been on board with me for a few years now, and all. And we want people like you know, to come on board. People who not just because of Ching Ching, but because it makes so much sense. It is
Amen.
a safer format. It is a safer program for people to do the great sport of boxing with
Yes.
so much of the negatives that can come with boxing. So we need voices like you. Think about all the world champions out there. All of the world champions out there are former world champions who feel like there's nothing else left for them
Yes.
boxing. They kind of just give up, you know, and this is something they can get involved with, right? And have a whole revival, all right,
Yes.
of their career. Not you punching people in the face, right?
Yes.
Watching other people do it and doing it in a safe manner, and all in the fact that people obviously pay fees and all that to come and be a part of our organization. Of course, all of that, the financial side is important as well. But from the business perspective, me being the head of the organization, you know, I want to make sure that our protocols are good. You will see that tomorrow. The protocol
Yes.
good, the safety is good, the equipment, the way we do it. We're insured, by the way. I'll say that again. We're insured, and that is so important because you got other people out there doing smokers and street beats and craziness. They're not even insured, right? And stuff. But as a businessman, I know better, right? That we have to take care of our fighters. Not, you know my role as well, and maybe you don't. In kickboxing, Muay Thai, I'm also VP of operations for the International Kickboxing Federation,
Okay. Okay.
largest in the world, right? To be honest, and so yeah, so I have that role as well. But our boxing is separate from that. But my point is that the way we do our insurances and our protocols are all vital to what we're going to bring to boxing. In my opinion, Devon,
Absolutely.
people like us, we're going to actually be able to sanction and regulate events, maybe even better than what has been done in the past, because our regulations for boxing are much simpler than regulations for Muay Thai.
Mm.
You know why? Because in boxing, you got two weapons. In Muay Thai, you're using eight.
Mm.
Right. So it
Mm.
requires a different mindset. So when we're talking about ratcheting down from the way we were thinking before to two, right? And all
Yes.
in
Yes.
my mind, this is an easier process. This is why we're going to start our full contact arm as well, right? So that, you know, when people incubate through, they have somewhere to go, right? And then make something really special for these guys. Listen, so you have a foundation. I want to get to today, who you are today and what you're doing. You know, a lot of fighters, like I said, after their careers, they might, you know, whatever, do nothing. Some of them actually, you know, really fall aside, go on drugs, and even worse, you know, as we know. What has it been like for you post boxing?
Oh
But
man,
your boxing career, that is.
it's been an amazing, amazing journey. I got my not for profit, the Devin Alexander Foundation, and man, when I tell you I got at least 100 kids over there, boys and
Wow.
girls, learning the sport and learning how to actually know the fundamentals of boxing. And I want to go back to what you were saying about
Yes,
this
please.
organization. You are really filling a void for parents that are very, they want to put their kids in, but they're on the fence about it because, man, I ain't trying to get my son hurt now or my daughter hurt.
Right.
Or even the girls, they want to mess up their face.
Right.
You are giving them an avenue to say, look, this is what it is. It's not what you think it is. It's safer. It's and they're getting the discipline all at once. All everything. You're getting more from your program, what you was able to do, than full contact will ever do. You know, because it's more dangerous.
Right.
This will help kids with their fear too, with
Oh,
their fear of even getting in the ring.
right.
We dialing it back. Look, we just gonna do this. We just gonna. You are feeling such a void. I commend you on what you're doing, and
Thank you,
I want to
brother.
be a part of it. But yeah, I got a
Yes.
gym in North County, and I've always wanted to give back. Like I told you earlier when we started talking, I used to pray to God about, getting out of this poor state, and I prayed to God that I was going to come back and help my community. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm doing it every day, and I love it. I
You
love it.
brought up you brought up a couple of times your faith, and you talked about God and everything. Tell me a little bit about that faith and what it's done for you, and what it continues to do for you.
So when I heard you say you got away from the religion and more spiritual, that's kind of like you can't become older and wiser and still practice what we've been taught. You can't stay the same. That if you're paying attention and you're looking at what you're looking at, there's no way you can stay the same. There's no way.
Right.
Too much truth is out there now, and I just couldn't. So, me, I just believe in a higher being. I believe in God, whatever you want to call Most High or whatever. I teach my kids that. Now, if my kids want to go some a different route, that's fine. But me, I just believe in God and God only, and I'm just big on whoever made me, whoever made whatever it is going on, whoever made this phone happen with the brain that we got, whoever was able to make this body, that's who I want to be able to come to and talk to. So that's why I put it simply and pray to God.
I
So
tell you know, I tell people all the time, man. Like I said, Johnny Davis Live, real talk with real solutions. I tell people I can talk about anything on my show, right?
yeah,
And
yes,
a lot of people probably wonder about the way I believe. I've had a lot of people kind of ask me about my faith, and even really recently, because Christian people think that I'm a Christian.
yeah,
Muslim people think I'm a Muslim,
mhm,
right? And to be honest, I'm not either one. I'm not either
yeah,
one. And but what I do is I respect other people's beliefs
for
system.
sure.
As long as you're not trying to kill, harm, mess with kids, da da da, whatever, right? Then if it works for you,
Yeah,
right, I'm okay with it, right? And all, and now I'm here. There's Devon again, yeah. And this is where I am. I tell people that I respect what like I said, if it's making you better. And also, my belief system is pretty in depth, but I have done it through education. I had to
yeah,
study and I had to learn. I went all back to the ancients to understand that many of us are searching for the same thing. We
yes,
want the same thing,
yeah,
love and respect and all of those type of things like that. And many of us want to believe in something greater than ourselves, right?
yes, yes,
And it's okay. It is okay to believe. Some might believe in themselves as that. It's not me. I think there's something greater because you said something created this universe. Something
yes,
created this humans, the skies, the seas, the water, whatever that force was, whatever that power was. I have to give reverence to that,
yes.
right?
That's it.
Because it is
That's it.
greater than me, because I ain't created all that, right?
Yes,
And so
yes,
there is a universal movement of spiritual power. And it comes in love, and then there's hate. There's another side. There's love, and then there's hate. But I choose the love side. I choose the respect side. I choose the honor
yeah,
side, right? Those type of things and reciprocity. I believe in all those things. And so that is what keeps me grounded and believe in that thing. And if a person prays to Jesus Christ, or they praise to Allah, or they pray to whomever they believe that empowers them to make them, if they want to stop drinking, right, and they can pray and it empowers them, then that works for you. Great. If you need to lose weight and you can pray and you can do that, and that works for you, great.
great.
Nothing wrong with that. So we
Yeah,
have to give respect, because just our society is going all types of craziness right now going on.
yes,
And I want people to understand that, ultimately it's about, I say, listen, this is what I'm going to say this, and we'll move on to something else. I say respect is greater than love. Let me explain that to you quickly. Respect is greater than love because before you get to love, there's a general love, just loving thy neighbor and all that. But before you get to love, let me take your girlfriend, your wife. If you would have disrespected her enough, you would never been married.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Right. So
yes,
you had to respect her first
yes.
before you got to the love part.
I agree. I
Right.
agree.
And so I think that what we need to do, and right now people are fighting, they're doing all these crazy things because of, well, love thyself. Like, well, that's a big undertaking to love thy neighbor as thyself. I can respect my neighbor as
Yeah,
myself first. In other words, I'm not going to go crap in your yard. Don't come crap in my yard. Right. So that's the way we live. And
yeah.
then as we meet each other, we respect each other, we honor each other, and we want to grow to love each other, then it is what it is. So my perspectives in this thing are a lot deeper than what people think. I don't necessarily get into it unless somebody really want to take me in. We'll go in, but not today. Right? But the bottom line is I just want people to understand that being religious or being spiritual, as long as you have your morals intact,
Intact.
is a good thing. It's
I
not a
agree.
bad thing.
I agree with that.
Right.
I really.
As we wind down here just a little bit, what is your greatest hope for the sport of boxing?
Good question. The greatest hope. I just hope that it continues to flourish. Um, I pray that, and I hope. Well, my hope is to it just continue to get safer. Like you said, find better ways to minimize injuries, minimize because God didn't make. Look, God didn't make this body to get this.
Exactly.
It's just that's just the fact of the matter. But if you choosing it to do it, why not be the safest you can be while doing it? If you love it, like I loved it, like you loved it, if we love it, why not be the safest we can be? So I pray that we can be the safest. We think of different ways, like you doing, different ways that we can enhance, that we can bring more people into it and not
Yes.
away from it. Because the more people get killed in it, the more it's going to turn a lot of people off.
Exactly.
The more people get, the more injuries you see, the more it's going to, that's okay.
Right.
And the safer we humanize boxing, then I think it's going to be get better and better and more people attracted to it.
Exactly. I think you're 100%. Of course, I agree with you. All right. You
Yeah.
know, I really like your spirit. I like the things you've had to say. Mike Stegall over there he's a dynamo. He come on board. He was a boxer himself, obviously. He
Yes.
has over like 200 and some amateur boxing matches and stuff like that. And he's a good guy for us. And he and my other rep over there, Sadiq, be up there running the show tomorrow. I think you're going to see something really special. I think you're going to see exactly what we're saying here
Yeah.
about that spiritual thing, right? That you're going to see happening with the mamas and the daddies and the fighters. You're going to see the thrill of victory and a little bit of agony of not so much defeat, but the agony of learning,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
stuff like that. And I think that hopefully you will drink even more Kool-Aid,
Yes.
right? And you
Yes.
will come on board and you
Yes.
can work with Mike over there, all right? And you guys really continue to grow something special like Mike. You
Yes.
too are people that we're looking for to come and be a crusader with us, to
Yes.
help revolutionize the sport of boxing. And all I've basically done was create a sport inside of a sport. That's
Yes.
it.
Yes.
But it's something that's really needed, and it's something to say. You and I can sit here and have a conversation. You can understand us. We still have our capacities about us, and all of that. We know many boxers don't have that, right?
Yes.
And they
Yes.
don't have it because they went the antiquated way, the only way they probably knew to go. Was to get out there and just pound, even in
Yes.
training,
Yes.
and do all of that damage to their bodies, right?
Yes.
And or get
Yes.
it done to them. And we have something special with the PBSC. I
Now,
know that it's special. And yeah,
I really believe that,
yes,
and I'm happy to be a part of it. I don't mind taking heat from USA Boxing because I
yes,
mean they well they need you, put it like that. And if you don't, they need registration. They need people joining. They need people. If they don't, they gonna have to get on board. You know,
yeah.
so
Well, I'm open, as I've always said, even though they kind of came at me the wrong way. Because again, listen, you're going to see a little click right here because I am a fighter,
Mhm.
right? I'm not.
Damn
I,
right. Damn
I'm
right.
a fighter. I
Absolutely.
can be the nicest guy in the world, but you go look at some of my fights, you'll see me crashing people, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, Ken.
and so that's who I am. I have another side, so we
Yes,
can we can right.
you know how to turn it on and turn it off.
Exactly right.
Absolutely. Don't
So
get it.
I mean, I'm nice. I would love to be able to talk with them and show them how great this program is and all the great. Now, some people are going to want to come on board. Some people are going to hear about it. They're already doing it and create their own. That's fine. It is what it is. It's like my PKB. I don't know. I'm the founder of the PKB and the PMT as well. I don't know if I said that, but not just the owner, but I'm the founder. So that
Okay.
same concept, when we put that out there, we got people just backlashed us, kicked our butt. Like there's no such thing as semi-contact Muay Thai and kickboxing. Okay, right. Tell all the hundreds of thousands of people who've done it now. And all the
Yes.
people in every organization have now started their own. But before, everybody was kicking our butt. They were calling me crazy.
Ain't
Everybody.
that something?
Oh
Ain't
yeah,
that
calling me
something?
up so you crazy. They're calling me crazy now. Some people for boxing. I said,
Ain't
no,
that
I'm not
something?
crazy. I know I'm not crazy. I might be above your aptitude that
Yes.
you can't
Yes.
understand where I am, but I'm not crazy, and I know this works. And this is going to be the best thing in the world for the sport of boxing since it originated. Believe me, I just want people to get on board like you. I think you could be like Mike and Bone Crusher and some of the others could be a great ambassador,
Yeah.
to grow this thing. And not only that, ching ching, yes, that's all a part of it too, right? And stuff like that. And I would love
When
to see you
people
get more involved.
see when people be open minded about things, when people just when I heard about it, I said, "Damn." First, you feel the safety net that people they have towards boxing. Then you teaching the fundamentals, you're breaking it down, you're pulling it back, you're able to see what you're doing. That that is worth more money than anything. So, man, I'm excited to see tomorrow.
Awesome, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to the one and the only Devon Alexander the Great.
My man,
Thanks so much for being on today, brother. We'll talk to you
man.
soon.
Thanks,
All right.
Ken. My
All right,
man.
ladies and gentlemen, what a fun conversation that was with Mr. Devin Alexander there. I keep saying Devin. Sometimes I want to say Devon. I should have asked him exactly which one was correct and everything. But you know what? What a great interview I think that was. And the fact that he has already drank the Kool-Aid. All right? He already understands this. You know what? I believe that there are a ton of people out there who will also understand what this is all about if they just stop for a minute, get out of their own minds, their own heads, get out of the dungeons, right, and come out into the light. They will see that the PBSC is the next great thing for the sport of boxing. We've already proven it. That's why so many people are coming on board and so many people are coming to the tournaments and everything. We're not trying to compete. Let me be very clear. We're not trying to compete against USA Boxing. That's not what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is that the fact that I think that we have somewhat created a safer mousetrap, right? I don't want to say trap. Trap is the wrong word. And I think the fact that, we know that we are helping these fighters. We know that their skills are improving. We know this already. We want to just try to invite people, some of these great champions like Devon, to come on board and join us across the country and all, and we can show you how this works and show you how not only that it can revive you economically, it can help you in that way too because you become a promoter and we'll teach you the program, we'll show you how it works and everything. But we're looking for people obviously who can be loyal to the program and work our process and all of that. We are serious about that part too, but you have to work it, but it's there to be worked and all, and it's there to grow the great sport of boxing in a way that it has never been done before. All right, guys. That's all I have for you today. Listen, we have some upcoming events. You can check out all of our information on our websites, in particular the I Care Fight platform and icarefightsports.com. And then all the connected websites there. Our Instagram is AK Promotions Official, and we have PBSC Global and all of those other pages that you can also check out. Listen, as always, we have a lot going on. Check out our events on either of those sites and everything. And I think you're going to enjoy what you're seeing. The pointboxing.com website is where you also see all of our upcoming boxing matches. If you are sponsors, potential sponsors, you want to get involved in the next greatest thing for the sport of boxing, reach out to us. All of our information is on our website at pointboxing.com. All right, guys, listen, I want you to always respect each other. Forward march. This is Johnny Davis Live, and I'm checking out, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.